The fate of Williams' 2023 season was out of their hands as a year's racing reached a climax in Abu Dhabi. 7th place would be a massive achievement for a team that was on the brink of financial collapse just a few years ago, but after qualifying, they were at the mercy of the Alpha Tauri of Yuki Tsunoda. As the checkered flag fell and the team discovered their fate, the jubilant celebrations gave away far more than the team intended. Today, I'll talk about Williams' incredible season and their 2024 drivers. Williams entered the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on 28 points and 7th in the constructors' standings, 7 points ahead of 8th place Alpha Tauri directly behind. It would have required a season-best points haul from Alpha Tauri to overturn the deficit, but with the upgraded AT04 looking competitive in the hands of Yuki Tsunoda in recent races, the upset was definitely on. With Albon out in Q2 during qualifying and teammate Logan Sargeant at the back of the grid, after not setting a competitive time, Tsunoda's 6th place starting berth was cause for concern. Had Tsunoda's race pace been enough to finish exactly where he started in 6th position, Alpha Tauri would have leapfrogged Williams for 7th in the standings. Albon conceded that there was nothing he and his team could do to affect the outcome, with neither of the Grove-based squad's drivers troubling the points at any stage. It was a tough race where we were just dependent on Yuki, Albon said. Unfortunately, Yuki was too fast, so we could not have any involvement in his race because he was up the road from us. And fortunately for us, some of the quicker cars got past him, so happy to cement that P7. Tsunoda and Alpha Tauri wound up employing a one-stop strategy, and the Japanese driver's spirited display was only good enough for 8th as his tyres faded late on. The decision to try a single-stop strategy was questioned in the commentary, but with Yuki Tsunoda leading the race for a few laps towards the end of his impressive first stint, it looked like it might work. But once Yuki made the switch to the hard tyres for his second stint, his pace dropped off, proving to the rest of the grid that they made the correct decision, going for the more obvious two-stop option. With Daniel Ricciardo out of the points, unable to match his teammate yet again, Williams eased to the end of the 2023 F1 season with its best placing in the constructors' standings since taking 5th in 2017. The increased wind strength on race day also exposed a weakness of Williams' FW45 package, which Albon also credits for negatively impacting his race prospects. The wind was quite high, in the first 20 laps of the race, and it's amazing how it frustrates our car, Albon added. It makes it so much harder to drive, so much more disconnected, and then the wind died down and we changed tyres, and then the car came alive, and especially the final stint we were very strong. But that's kind of the sensitivities of our car. I feel like if we didn't have that first stint, we could have been fighting for points. Luckily for Williams, the wind didn't spoil their day, and at the end of the race, they got to celebrate an excellent season. Alex Albon's 27 points has been particularly impressive, the team's highest individual driver haul since Felipe Massa's 43 points beat Lance Stroll by 3 in 2017. It still surprises me every time I remember those two drove together. The actual quality of Alex's 27 points is hard to gauge, as his teammate has been pretty poor for a lot of the season. Logan Sargeant's singular point came in a race that only had 15 drivers finish. He came close to the points at a few other races, and his general results have improved over the season. But in all, the only memorable thing from this year is that he finished 21st in a 20-car championship. Williams boss James Vowles has been coy on Sargeant's future, but he has made it clear that he would not have hired the American had he been in charge at the time. But a radio message between the driver and his team at the end of Sunday's season finale in Abu Dhabi suggested that he'll be sticking around for next year. P16, and we are 7th in the Constructors' Championship, his engineer Gaetan Diego said. I think that was a good year. Thank you for this year. It was a pleasure to be alongside you this year. Thank you, mate. Sargeant responded, thank you guys very much. Obviously, we've had our ups and downs, but I really feel there's momentum building and just getting stronger and stronger. Couldn't have chosen a better group of people to spend it with. And yeah, I just hope we can continue it. Thank you, guys. Diego replied, thank you, Logan. Looking forward to next year, buddy. While Williams haven't confirmed Logan as their driver for 2024, Diego's remark would suggest that the American driver will be returning to the grid with the team for next season. Vowles then added fuel to the fire by telling Sargeant, well done, I'm really sorry we didn't have the car underneath you today to do more than that. Your contribution this year has been excellent. It's been a proud moment to watch you grow across the season so far. Looking forward to the winter together and many more. Again, James's comments imply that Logan will be with the team for at least another season. The lack of a public confirmation means that there won't be one behind the scenes either. If Sargeant was going to return to the grid next year, then Williams would have just announced it. There is nothing to be gained from keeping that a secret, but by telling the world, they would take some of the pressure of the media away from Logan. By not saying anything, we have to assume that Williams hasn't made a decision either way yet, and the radio messages were just polite congratulations between teammates. Team principal James Vowles was questioned on the radio messages after the race, and he quickly backtracked on any implied confirmation of Logan's place for 2024. I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourselves. But whatever happens, Logan has been in our academy for many, many years. He will always remain a part of our academy. He's still an excellently quick driver. But I think also, if we step away from that and look at the last 5 races and how he's been improving, I think you can see signs that he's doing what we need to earn the seat. But we're not in a position to confirm that at this point in time. The main thing I want him to be aware of is I'm proud of the steps he's made. While Logan has improved over the season, the question Williams needs to ask themselves is it enough? They did secure 7th eventually, but if Logan had been anywhere near Alex over the whole season, then it would have been a very comfortable 7th. The only driver to boast a qualifying whitewash over their teammate in 2023 was Alex Albon. The Red Bull reject was one of the star performers as he brilliantly carried Williams to almost all of their point-scoring heroics. Alex is clearly a capable driver, but Logan made him look like a world beater this season. There are a number of drivers who could replace him as well, Frederic Vesti being an obvious one. He appeared for Mercedes in their FP1 sessions this season, and he ran a very close second behind Theo Pourchaire in F2. Vesti's 4 retirements over the course of the season to Pourchaire's 2 made all the difference in the end. Whoever does get to take that second seat at Williams alongside Albon are going to join a team on the up. In James Vowles, they have a young and exciting team principal who looks like he could be the real deal. They'll also be able to enjoy the first car built by the team's new technical director, Pat Fry. While Alex was pleased with the outcome of the 2023 season, he's already looking forward to February and getting back to work in a brand new car which he says looks really good. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to a break. I'm dead. I'm very sick right now, joked Albon. I'll use these next couple of months off and enjoy it, but like you said, I'm very excited for next year. We've been spending so much time on the simulator working on next year's car. I've seen the car in the wind tunnel as well. It looks great. It looks fast. I'm no aerodynamicist, but if it looks wavy, that's a good sign. And on the simulator, it feels good as well. So as you said, Christmas is only in a few weeks, but for me, it's a bit more in February when we get to shake down the car. If Williams can continue this upward trend in performance, then it isn't beyond possibility that they could be challenging Alpine next year. The front 5 are probably too far away, even after a winter of development, but with a fresh set of eyes on the car in the form of Pat Fry, who knows? Aston Martin went from 7th to comfortably 2nd fastest over the winter last year. There's no reason why Williams can't do the same thing. If that does happen, then they'll be very eager to have the best possible drivers in their cars to make the most of it. Did Logan do enough for you to give him a seat next season? Or do you think Williams should twist and try a different driver in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, drive safe and bye for now.